How does international humanitarian law protect civilians in conflict zones? In today's world, the protection of civilians in conflict zones is more important than ever. With ongoing conflicts in various regions, many are asking how international humanitarian law safeguards innocent lives. Just yesterday, reports emerged highlighting the dire situation in Sudan, where civilians are facing immense challenges. Understanding the role of international humanitarian law can provide clarity on this pressing issue. International humanitarian law, particularly through the Geneva Conventions and the laws of armed conflict, aims to protect civilians during armed conflicts. A key principle is the distinction between military targets and civilians. Combatants are required to identify legitimate military objectives and avoid targeting non-combatants. This rule is vital in ensuring that civilians are not intentionally harmed. Another principle is proportionality. When a military objective is attacked, the harm to civilians and civilian property must not be excessive compared to the military advantage gained. This principle seeks to minimize civilian casualties and damage during conflicts. It is a critical guideline for military operations. Military necessity and humanity also play a role in international humanitarian law. While military actions may be necessary to defeat an enemy, they must not cause unnecessary suffering. Respecting human dignity is paramount in all military operations. The Geneva Conventions, established in 1949, set clear standards for the treatment and protection of civilians. They prohibit attacks against civilian populations, forced displacements, and destruction of civilian infrastructure. These laws are designed to safeguard those not participating in hostilities. In practice, parties to a conflict must take precautions to protect civilians. This includes avoiding the placement of military objectives in densely populated areas. Providing safe passage or humanitarian corridors is also essential when possible. Humanitarian organizations play a vital role in supporting civilians. They establish safe spaces, provide food, and facilitate evacuations from high-risk areas. For instance, in Sudan, local networks have been crucial in offering food and psychosocial support to those in need. Violations of international humanitarian law, such as unlawful deportations or attacks on civilians, are considered war crimes. These actions may lead to prosecution in international courts, holding violators accountable for their actions. International humanitarian law serves as a legal framework to protect civilians during armed conflicts. It mandates respect for civilian life and property while providing mechanisms to address violations. This law aims to reduce the suffering of civilians caught in the crossfire of war.